All right, guys, welcome to First and Goal. I'm your host, Flavo Oriana, brought to you by Four Corner Sports. Man, it's only going to get worse if you're a Giants fan. I don't know what other franchise out there can say that they had the expectations of winning and making a huge jump, into the progression, because last year the Giants were in the divisional round and I knew that they were going to get smoked by Philly. But man, the degression that's been happening, and I understand it's injuries that come along with it and stuff like that. But yesterday, this is going to get worse. All right. And unfortunately, we ran through a buzzsaw. All Giants fans were just dreading it. They were watching it because that's their team. And the Dallas Cowboys just put a whooping on us. All right. Week 1, it was 40-0. And that was with Daniel Jones. Right. This week, yesterday actually, that just passed, it was 49-17. All right. The Giants have scored 89 points on us in the 2 games that we faced them. We're not facing them for a 3rd game. We are not making the playoffs. All right. This team is atrocious. There's been no Daniel Jones. Tyrod Taylor's hurt. The immortal Tommy DeVito, he is going to be taking the reins as a starting QB for the remainder part of the year. And if you looked at those 17 points, you're like, oh, well, they did make an improvement. They probably, made adjustments and stuff like that. No. The Cowboys just decided not to, attack, and, what's it called? They pulled a lot of their best players behind. All right. They were just garbage touchdowns. It was in garbage time. There was no way that the Giants were going to be able to make up, that huge deficit. No. They scored 17 points, and the 17 points came in the 3rd and 4th quarter. It wasn't like it was in the first half. No. 7 points in the first quarter. All right, competitive. Then the Cowboys ended up, blowing the brakes off of them. 21 points in the second quarter. Going to halftime down 28-0. I knew that was a wrap by then. They scored 14 points in quarter number 3. We scored 7 points, all right? And then we scored 10 points in quarter number 4, and they scored 7 because they weren't trying to engage, all right? This was really bad. And like I said, it's going to get worse, all right? I know Dak Prescott threw over 300 yards. I'm sorry. My mistake. He threw over 400 yards, 25 completions for 35 attempts, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, 404 yards. Cooper Rush came in. He was 7 for 9 for 68 yards. All right. So the Giants ended up, giving up 470 plus yards in receiving. That is atrocious, guys. That is atrocious. All right. Rushing the ball. Tony Pollard, 15 carries at 55 yards. Rico Dowdle, 12 rushes, 79 yards. Dak, touchdown for 2 rushes and 17 yards. Rico ended up getting a touchdown as well too. CD Lamb had a good game. Him and Brandon Cooks. CD with 11 receptions for 151. Brandon Cooks with 9 receptions for 173. You got Michael Gallup getting in part of the mix too with 2 receptions for 70 yards. Jake Ferguson with 4 receptions for 26 yards. I mean, guys, it was pretty bad. I mean, and then as for the Giants, Tommy DeVito, 14 completions for 27 on 27 attempts. 86 yards. 86. He couldn't even crack 100 yards. 86 yards. It is bad. All right. 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. All right. You got Saquon with 13 attempts, 13 rushes on 66 yards. DeVito, 7 carries for 41 yards. Daniel Bellinger with 2 receptions, 34 yards. Slayton for 3 receptions for 21 yards. Lawrence Cager got his, I believe that was his first touchdown in the NFL for 1 reception for 10 yards. Sterling Shepard, 1 touchdown, 1 reception for 2 yards. No, Jalen Hyatt got no receptions. Isaiah Hodgins got no receptions. What's it called? He ended up passing the ball to Saquon Barkley for -5 yards. It is bad, guys. It is bad. I am surprised that it. Look, they're facing the Commanders next week. Cowboys are facing the Panthers. I don't know. I wouldn't say to a Giants fan to go up there and bet against their own team, but man, it is not getting any better. Tommy DeVito ain't it. He is not it. And I understand that the offense probably doesn't trust him. I understand that with Tyrod Taylor, the offense was more fluent. They were just distributing the ball in all different avenues. But my God, I get it that Daniel Jones is out. He is injured. All right. He's not going to be playing for the Giants this season. All right. And Daniel Jones possibly would have, made it a little bit more competitive. But it was pretty bad. I don't know what is out there for the Giants to win. The Giants' next couple games, I know they are facing the Commanders next week, right? And then they're facing the Patriots. All right, I favor the Patriots and Bailey Zappi, unless Mac Jones plays. Then after that, it is Packers and Giants, right? I favor the Packers. Giants go to New Orleans. I favor the New Orleans. And then it gets bad. They might not win another game. It is Giants at Eagles. If you're smart, you're betting the house on the Eagles. Rams and Giants. If you're smart, you're betting the house on the Rams. Eagles at Giants. If you're smart, you're betting the Eagles. Even though I wouldn't even be surprised if they tell Jalen Hurts sit out for the remaining part of the game after the first drive. I still don't have confidence. Tommy DeVito isn't an NFL caliber quarterback, in my opinion. I know they've been saying that about Boyle from the third stringer the second stringer now for the Jets. But wow, it is terrible what's going on with the Giants right now. I don't see how Tommy DeVito gets better in this situation. The Giants are clearly tanking. They're going to be trying to get one of these QBs over here, whether it's Bo Nix, whether it's Caleb Williams, or maybe they even go for Marvin Harrison Jr. For wide receiver. I don't know, but all I do know is that this ain't good at all. This ain't good at all for the Giants, and I salute you guys if you guys sit around and watch 3 hours of that. Me personally, I can only watch so much of it, and I have to go to the Sunday ticket and watch a different game. But yeah, it's bad. It's bad. But you know what? They're facing the Commanders. Ron Rivera might be able to, mess it up or whatever, but who knows? Until then, guys, I am Flav Oriana, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.